how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to be talking about the June Star Wars comics. As you can see, we got 12, technically 11, but I did miss Star Wars number 34 last month. Somehow, I don't know how I missed it. But we are going to cover it, so we got it right here, right next to Star Wars 35. I also got more detailed notes on these, so we're going to go ahead and cover them that way. Make sure you watch the short for my ranking and which one is my favorite. So yeah, let's get into it. So number one that we're covering is Star Wars number 34, to get that out of the way. Luke begins his journey to build a new lightsaber. The Force is still out of sync, and Luke travels to Christophsis. He asks around for prospectors who may have found some Kuiper crystals. The bar he is at get shot up and attacked by someone named Greta. She offers to help with Kuiper, but Luke refuses due to her violence and her killing everyone. She explains her family died on Jedha and Luke avenged them by blowing up the Death Star. Luke leaves R2 to go with her, and they look for a person named Quada, an academic Kuiper researcher. They get attacked by a monster. It gets bombed by a mysterious man who wants Luke's lightsaber. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. It was pretty okay. So then, let's move right on to Star Wars number 35. The mysterious man was Dr. Quada. He can talk to Kuiper crystals, apparently. He promises Luke he'll fix the lightsaber if Luke does something for him. He also teaches Luke how to build a lightsaber. The favor is to hold on to a red crystal and purify it, so we've seen that with Ahsoka before, so he wants to do the same thing there. Luke begins to heal, and it connects to a Sith vision. A Sith in a vision. She tries to corrupt him, and he begins to have a similar vision to Vader in the recent Darth Vader comic from last month. Luke initially fails, but is asked to meditate with a clear crystal where he sees Yoda. He talks to Yoda, who tells him he will have a choice in the near future, and he won't be a Jedi till then, even though the choice has nothing to do with him being a Jedi. He actually did connect with Yoda. We do see that because he talks to Ben right afterwards. Yoda talks to Ben right afterward. So it wasn't a dream or a vision. And this turned the crystal green, and Luke took both crystals. I gave this one a 10 out of 10. I thought it was very cool. Then next is Star Wars Empire number 1. We follow a character named Rallo Greeth, a tech expert. The family was kicked out of owning its own company by the Empire, and Rallo is sent to work on Endor, where he does not fit in. His job is very grindy and dead-end, from what it seems. He begins to hack the system to set people up through communications. After that fails, he eats lunch outside, where he meets an Ewok. While trying to be friendly, attacks him, but he's saved by a scout trooper. He grows depressed and realizes that he needs a different type of attention. In doing so, he accidentally accesses plans to the second Death Star. Upon leaving, he gets stopped by the ISB. Due to all his actions, it frames him as a rebel agent, and he gets sent to a labor camp where he finally makes friends. It looks exactly like the labor camp from Andor as well. That's the funny part. And I gave it a 8 out of 10. Next is Yoda number 8. So Anakin and Yoda report to the Council about the Megadroids. They head to Galatha and scout ahead. Yoda wants everyone, including the clones, to be cautious. Then they are immediately ambushed. They're actually trapped in a kill box, and at this point, the clone captain dies, whose name is Caesar, and we get a JoJo reference of the commander dying, and Anakin yelling, Caesar! Like, basically in the same context. I thought it was hilarious. Because when I was reading that was exactly the same day that I got to the point where Caesar died in the JoJo manga. But yeah, Yoda breaks off to find the droids. All the clones are lost. Anakin and Yoda go at it alone. And they fight their way to the factory, which is humongous. It's like bigger than the one on Geonosis. And they set charges and run, blowing up the factory. One prototype escapes and they prepare to fight it. I gave that one a 10 out of 10 too, mainly because of the JoJo reference. Now, next is Darth Vader, number 35. Palpatine is affected by the disturbance in the Force. He then sends Masamita after Vader. Aphra is playing cards with Ochi, but then is interrupted and trapped by him and Vader. After a quick recap, they are ambushed by bounty hunters sent by the Emperor. Vader needs Aphra to eclipse his powers like he did before. Aphra accidentally walks into his vision, and they head to Ringo Vita. Ochi is forced to run through all the traps, which was pretty comical. He was the butt of all this. Like, Vader just kind of threw him through. They retrieve the Valley Shield. Vader now wields a staff and a shield, which is pretty cool looking. And then Aphra sees that Vader is different than when they originally had a falling out. And then they're ambushed by the bounty hunters again. They gave that a 9 out of 10. Next we have Sana Starros, number 5. Her sister Arisha is in labor. They hacked a caretaker droid to help them. Sana gets inside help to infiltrate the Death Star. Hondo actually ends up showing up, Hondo Inaka, and he was sent by Diva to scavenge some ties. Diva and Sana make it inside the ship, and then Sana and Diva split up, and Sana finds her family. They decide to take over the ship, and even though they're outnumbered, they use Chartafan Opera to distract the troops as they kill them. They capture Cirsus while Sana is cornered by Fel. Sana shoots him but spares him and leaves him for the Empire. Aisha gives birth to Desana and Thiva. I believe they were both girls. Sana watches a video recording of her ancestry from the High Republic, or her ancestor from the High Republic, and then she ends up destroying it. It's Ava Starros from the High Republic books. Sana leaves Aphra behind with Latrina, and the villains swear vengeance on the Starroses. I gave that an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty cool and a good way to wrap up the series. The next is Bounty Hunters number 35. So this one we start at a Bounty Hunter Guild social club, and Dirge is there. I'm so excited about that. Tonga is meeting with Kel for a job. Tonga wants to save Valence's memories. If you remember from the last issue, he's getting his memories erased. Dengar gets knocked out because, of course, he's the butt of the joke in this series. The team consists of Deathstick, Katak, Eclodite, and Dirge again. Their target is Boba Fett. They still have Bosk, Forlon, Zuckuss, and Valance. Of course, there is a unbalance in the crew. Nobody's getting along. Fett has a bounty on his head by Black Sun, so they confront Fett on the Rishi Moon. Boba decimates everyone, but Tonga ends up catching him, and she recruits Boba in exchange for a favor, which we'll probably figure out next month. So next is Dr. Aphra number 33. So we start at a flashback of Alea Sakura and Shaak Ti training younglings. They are just forced images in the current day, which disappoints Luke. The crystal starts manipulating Aphra and Luke against each other. Or the temple, I'm sorry. And there's some sort of demon trapped in the crystal. Flashback goes back to Shaak Ti and Alea, where they are explaining that the bell in the center will keep the monster at bay as long as it's always ringing. It turns out that this temple has traps too, which is very strange for a Jedi temple. As they begin to realize this, they realize that it's not a temple, that it's a tomb. Luke tries to leave, but Aphra pulls a gun on him, and Aphra explains that she is doing this so Luke can protect her from Vader. And they find the bell, and it's oversized, and they accidentally break it, unleashing the monster. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. And then next is Vader Red, White, and Blue. Or red, not Red, White, and Blue. I'm sorry. Black, White, and Red, number 3. Happy 4th of July, by the way. I was going to say that at the beginning of the video. So for the 4th story, they're still trying to kill Vader. This time they're bombing. Vader uses the Force to stop it and control the ship, and then he is freed from control and approaches the main character in this. For the 2nd story, Vader attacks a faction of rebel ships. Vader finishes off Blue Squadron, then lands in the base. He crashes the transport into the base, and then he cuts the last surviving rebel in half. For the 3rd one, Vader takes a lieutenant on a diplomatic mission. She wants to use this as a promotion. Vader lands on her planet, someone tries to assassinate him, and he stops it. A rebel assault then breaks out, and Vader stops them all while destroying the city. The lieutenant was a spy that Vader found out, so he makes her a double agent with leveraging her family. So I gave that one, surprisingly, a 7 out of 10. I haven't really liked this series so far, but, you know. So next we got the last 3 issues of High Republic Adventures. They all released together for some reason. But yeah, so High Republic Adventures number 6. Sav is realizing they're lying to her. She asks about Maz, then prepares to leave. Dex and crew face off against the Open Hand. Seiya and Sav go off to save Maz. Each battle begins to move to its apex. They crash into the main ship of the fleet that Maz is on, apparently. Seiya wants to run away with Sav as the Dinks take over Takodana. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Next for number 7, Arkik is the new ruler of Takodana. Sav reunites with her original team. She feels as if she failed, and that didn't help as well when she called the Jedi Council, and they refused to help her. They get shut down while they're trying to land. They regroup with another group of pirates who refuse to kind of take an assault on the castle. So Sav goes on her own to save Maz, and then she finds out that Arkik has her lightsaber, and she surrenders. I gave that one a 7 out of 10. High Republic Adventures number 8 ends the series. So Sav is imprisoned with the pirate hunters, the pirate hunter. She gets her other lightsaber back, and Raph, who is the hunter, trusted Sav because of her heart. Raph wants to be a pirate now as well. Sav starts fighting Arkik in a pretty cool fight, and the crew starts storming the castle. She defeats Arkik by disarming him, and then the Jedi decide to show up and help after the fight. Taras Anubi will now be Sav's new master after her current master steps down, and after all this, Sav finally found herself as a Jedi and a pirate. I gave this one a 7 out of 10 as well. So tell me if you guys liked me using this where it's more in detail. Obviously, like I said, the ranking's going to be a short or on TikTok, so check that out. But yeah, a lot of comics. So yeah, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan.